Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today we have the Deviant and the X20 from FrSky. Excuse the noise, they're doing a little bit of construction with some trucks. So there might be a little bit of background sound, but hopefully not too bad. Okay, so let's get this in the air first.
.8 meters.
43.8 meters.
Thermal.
The sun just popped. It's been raining for the last 1 or 2 days. And then the sun cleared. The clouds cleared, sorry, and the sun came out. So let's see if we can hit some good air. That's not bad. Ooh, my bad.
Crows.
Sorry, my mind wandered a little bit and I was trying to push my volume button while I was flying and almost crashed the plane. But anyway, right now we're in pretty good lift. Again, this is a rudderless model. It's a little breezy. I can definitely feel the wind pulling. It's actually blowing pretty hard now. I'm not sure if you can see my streamer, but it is pulling very hard. Right into this corner, I think. So there's probably something really nice right over here. Yep, that's nice and strong. So I'm using the FrSky X20 and I've used it for a few sessions, not much, maybe 5-6 sessions. I haven't modified the transmitter yet, in the sense where I'm still using the button on the back for the launch preset. Gotta say, not a very big fan of that yet. I was hoping that after a few sessions I would get the hang of it, but no, it's just very different than having the launch preset on the top left shoulder. So I'll probably change it up pretty soon. Lots of energy in the sky right now. So yeah, I'll probably change that up pretty soon. In terms of using, this isn't really a review for the X20, it's just a couple simple thoughts as I'm flying. Very nice having the screen on the top so I can check some values, especially RSSI and VFR values on a new model when I'm just making sure everything is within limits. Let's go to another part of the sky. Let's see what we can find. The feel of the radio, it's actually the same weight. I think it's actually a little lighter than my Spektrum iX20, but the iX20 does feel a little bit lighter in the hands, probably because it's not quite as wide. So the balance seems to feel a little bit lighter. It balances a bit closer to the hand, whereas with the X20, maybe because it is wider, at least I think it's wider, it feels a little heavy. Maybe it's balancing a little further from the hand. But overall, not bad. The grips on the back, the rubber grips, very, very good. I haven't had to make a thumb grip for it yet. So on the iX20 Spektrum, I do have thumb grips so that the transmitter doesn't blow away. But on the X20, I haven't had to do that yet. And so far, it's been pretty good. Okay, let's come back down and then let's try to go for another flight. Oops. Actually, I just wanted to show. So on my template that I posted, and you guys can see, I'll link the box over there, wherever that box goes. You can see that, in the aileron, there's not a lot of aileron, but as your flaps come down, you will have more aileron throw. So even though it is rudderless, you're going to get a lot more control, okay? I forgot to mention that in the setup video, so I wanted to mention that right now. Let's go back for another launch.
Crows.
All right. Let's see what we can find on this one. Yeah, it's flying really fast. There's no ballast in it. It's only 145, 146, I think, something like that. But it is very windy. It's getting windier. wish I brought ballast, but that's usually the case. When you forget to bring ballast, it's going to blow. And when you bring ballast, it's going to be dead calm. So you can never win. Wow, that is very, very friggin' sinky. Holy smokes. Well, that was a short flight. There's a little bit of energy there. Whoa.
Cruise.
You guys can probably see it from the video. It's getting knocked around pretty bad. Let's do one more. Oh, no. I don't want to risk it with those trees.
Cruise.
Let's come back.
Speed. Cruise.
Cruise. Oh, there's a dog over there too. That dog better not bite it. All right, so we did end up hitting a little bit of lift right near the end. It was very turbulent. I'm gonna launch, see if we can hit that lift. But yeah, so far X20, pretty happy with it. Am I gonna change to using the X20 over my iX20 from Spektrum? Not sure yet. You know, this year, 2020 is for me. Sorry, not 2020. 2021 for me is all about trying different radios, trying to figure out which one I really like, and then I'm going to, you know, continue using it for next year and for the next few years. So I'm trying out several different ones, but so far I'm very happy with it. I haven't had the chance to really push it very far yet, unlike the iX20, which I have. So there's still a little bit of a question mark there, although I know that some people have been able to push their FrSky X20 with the access protocol out very far. Now, of course, with the FrSky X20, it is a tandem system. So in the future, there will be the tandem receivers, which run both 2.4 gigahertz as well as 900. So it is going to be very, very, very good range. Definitely further than anyone can ever see with a glider. So yeah, right now, the one thing that's really kind of missing for me is the Lewis grips in the X20, but it is coming for Ethos. Yes, actually back there we had some lift. I just didn't want to go too far. So I'm heading back. Let's see if we can hit something else. But again, it's super, super sinky. Wow. Holy crap. Holy crap. So it looks like it's either pretty decent lift or it's just mega sink. I was expecting the air to be a little bit better because of the, you know, it was nice and cool and now it's warming up with the sun, but it's a little difficult.
Speed.
All right, last flight for the video. Any other thoughts about the radio?
Cruise.
Not quite yet.
Cruise.
Overall, for the price, you know, $349 or whatever it costs, I think it's just a killer deal. The amount of functions, the functionality, the quality of the radio, for $350. I don't think anything can top it. Ethos is a lot easier than OpenTX for newcomers. I don't think it's quite as easy as something like the Spektrum Airware or the JR system, but
Cruise.
way easier than OpenTX. Much easier to explain, especially if you've had a little bit of radio experience in the past and you're kind of familiar with how, you know, mixes, not free mixes, but pre-programmed mixes work. Then yeah, Ethos is really good because it has all those. There's more wizards coming through. Actually, I should say the wizard is getting more sophisticated, so there's more preset mixes coming. So overall, I would say FrSky X20, if you're thinking about it, I would pick one up. $350, lots of function. The thing that's been very good is Ethos and FrSky has been updating very, very quickly. Actually much quicker than I expected. So both the releases, I think, were at 0.10 right now for Ethos. I think 0.11, they just did the release candidate number 1. So hopefully in another week or two, maybe we'll see a more stable version come out and then we can all upgrade. But yeah, I'd say overall not bad. I'll do a full review later, and I'll see you in the next video.